Here's a high-quality and easy-to-set-up security system that you can access at any point of time from a smartphone app. EUFYCAM3 is here, and it already is installed at home. Can't wait to show you everything about it, so let's inspect. Hey everybody, really good to meet you. Michael is my name. What we do on the channel is to inspect fresh and cool tech. And today we're going to talk about smart home surveillance with a new interesting product coming from EUFYCAM, the EUFYCAM3, which obviously can output 4K video resolution. Actually, it's a product which contains two major parts, the so-called home base, which happens to receive all the signals in stores, everything locally. And of course we have the cameras, which, as you can already guess, can record up to 4K resolution. The great part, no monthly fees, everything being kept locally. The cameras could be installed entirely cable-free, and there are a lot of interesting features added through the smartphone app, including AI analysis, face recognition, vehicle recognition, pet recognition, and I'll tell you about all the important features in the next few minutes. Obviously, the point here is to find all the strengths, but also all the weaknesses of the EUFYCAM3. A full disclosure at the start, the item has been provided by EUFYCAM for the purpose of this review. They will, however, not interfere with my analysis, and this video represents my own thoughts and findings about the EUFYCAM3 in the combo with Homebase 3. Being launched at $549, it's a pack you can expand through adding additional cameras. A reasonable upgrade to the previous generation, and for sure one of the good value products in its niche, providing a lot of reliable, smart features. The unboxing is as usual quite a nice experience. I say as usual because, being part of Anchor, EUFYCAM are inheriting their attention to the detail and therefore giving us very appealing package with quite a lot of information available on the box already. This combo contains the base station called Homebase 3, as well as two S330 cameras which have inbuilt battery and a solar panel, letting you use them entirely cable-free. If the sunlight is not enough or you use them indoors, you may prefer a wired power source, and in that case, there's a possibility to use a Type-C cable for power source. The Homebase has quite a nice design, looks similar to the Homebase 2, however there's now this magnet-based plate on the top, giving you access to the HDD slot, because as we mentioned, if you have concerns about data safety, you may select all the videos to be stored locally. This is indeed the setup I'm going to use throughout this video, so before showing you the setup, let us quickly go over the more interesting technical highlights. The cameras can record videos in resolution up to 4K. They utilize CMOS sensor backed by optics with f/1.4 aperture. They also have inbuilt solar panel and battery for uninterrupted operation, bionic mind AI recognition, special night vision mode, IP67 waterproof rating, a spotlight function, even alarm option. The Homebase has expandable storage slot, and all of that is easily controllable via the EUFYCAM app. Right, there are a few really important things to highlight in regards to the technical specifications, which by the way sound fantastic. Gonna start with the cameras. Fact, inside each of these cameras there's a very big 13,400 mAh battery, which according to EUFYCAM's ad is supposed to maintain power for a year. If the camera is under direct sunlight for more than 2 hours per day, and if it doesn't record more than 300 seconds worth of footage per day, which we know that in certain situations is not a realistic expectations. If you're monitoring a cabin in the wood, then yes, probably that's gonna be the best case scenario, but if you live in an urban environment and there's a lot of motion happening, it's a different story. So at home, I've tried a few different use case scenarios. One of the cameras is already mounted on the balcony, which happens to be under direct sunlight for around 3.5 hours each and every day, because after 11:30 each and every morning, the sun goes above the building and it's no longer reaching this area of the camera. And funny enough, when I installed the camera, it was at 74% charge, and now it's already at 78 a few days later, which means that right now the camera is gaining battery capacity, probably thanks to the nice and shiny weather outdoors. It triggers more than 20 times per day, but I have disabled the car recognition, so it only recognizes people. The other camera is in the living room and has no power source. It would consume around 5% of charge per day if it's in the same room where the home base station is, or I noticed that this power consumption grows really a lot when it's 2 rooms away, and that goes up to around 10% per day. But no matter what, it looks like that with a full charge, in even the worst case scenarios, these cameras are going to provide between 1 and 2 weeks without being charged, which is still a great achievement. The home base kit is also very interesting because it contains a feature that most makers would easily skip these days, a 2.5-inch HDD slot. You can attach external drives via the USB ports, and capacity can go as much as 16 terabytes. Internally, there's inbuilt 16GB storage module, which EUFYCAM claim to provide 3 months worth of video backups. In case the camera triggers more often, this storage is gonna be full in a couple of days. For around 1 week, it has consumed less than half of a terabyte, and that's in 4K resolution. Of course, all of this depends on the configuration. Would you prefer shorter or longer videos when the camera gets triggered? Which conditions are going to activate it? And so on. Now, let's see about the setup. Let me begin by saying that it is quite easy, and you don't need any special skills about configuring these cameras. The setup has nothing to do with the complexity of the installation of professional-grade video surveillance. However, some of the features are well matching the functions of much more expensive and professional setups. So, get power to the home base station, link it with a cable, then run the app and add this as a new device. It's gonna take a minute until you go through the confirmations and read all the guides. Then you may start adding the cameras. If there are new versions of the firmware, you're going to get notified and be able to update accordingly. Keep on exploring the app because it's very rich on data and secure at the same time. We mentioned the 3-step encryption used for the stored files. EUFYCAM already have good reputation for being really careful about data privacy. If you want to live stream something, simply open the app, tap on the play button, and you're going to see it. The delay is around a second. This is not too bad, even letting you have a conversation with people within range. In case the camera gets triggered because someone unwanted is at home, you have the option to trigger an alarm which sounds like this. As for the stored files, you have a bunch of options. Using the calendar tool, just navigate to the date and time you're looking for and check for the recorded events. Alternatively, you can simply scroll down the list and find which are these that you want to see or export. You're gonna notice that the data bitrate is quite good, bunch of details notable. The so-called Bionic Mind AI face recognition is also remarkable. It's gonna analyze the footage and capture all the faces that it can recognize, and you can even put names and then sort the recordings based on a person that you're looking for. EUFYCAM even advertised their 8x zoom inside the app, and we should be honest, it looks good. Another strength with this image sensor is the possibility to have low-light footage with colors as opposed to the traditional infrared captured black and white footage. Oh, and one more thing to help you get rid of intruders, you can tune the cameras in a way that they're going to blink as soon as there's motion, so that's gonna trigger the spotlights. If you navigate through the app, there are so many controls. Motion detection fine-tuning, where you can choose whether humans or pets or vehicles are gonna be detected, or none of them. The Power Manager, which can significantly enhance the battery endurance, and just look at the solar charging statistics, so satisfying to read about this data. One of my favorite features are the so-called privacy zones. These are areas which you can hide. They may represent sensitive data or things that you simply prefer to hide. I wish there was an option to freely define the shape as opposed to the current rectangular form you can use, but hey, by the time you watch this, it might be a new firmware feature letting you do so. Basically, the more you dig, the more features you're going to be able to discover, and most of these features are easy to find, even the excellent user interface in the app. Should you search for alternatives for storing the data, a cloud subscription is of course available, as well as integration with NAS devices. Tested on Synology at home, works great. Also, knowing that the new Homebase 3 is compatible with all the old existing camera models makes me think that EUFYCAMNEW are thoughtful about their customers.
Hey, this is our usual audio quality check, and you're listening this through the speakers inside EUFYCAM 3.
As for drawbacks, I noticed that if the Wi-Fi connectivity between the station and the camera is poor, the battery capacity on the camera side drops a bit quicker. The AI, although being great at most of the time, could be improved about face recognition, or at least EUFYCAMNEW could let us point to faces that belong to the same person and are listed twice. And I wish to see improvement with the privacy setting, allowing us to use simple blur effect instead of the black rectangle. In the end, if I say that you get what you pay for with the EUFYCAM 3, that would partially be right, because it's an excellent setup, but in my opinion, even though the price is a bit higher than the predecessor, the value is fantastic in terms of what you get. So if you're looking for really smart, AI-capable, 4K capable, and entirely safe to use home surveillance camera without any additional monthly fees, I think the EUFYCAM 3 is a great choice. Could be that you have a different opinion, and it's interesting to hear from you. Did you expect to see all these advanced features when you clicked on the title of the video just a few minutes ago? Let me know in the comment section below the video. Of course, if you have a question about a specific feature that I haven't covered throughout the video, make sure to comment below as well, and I'll help you as soon as I can. Thanks a lot for watching this episode to the end. I hope it was useful. More about to come in the coming weeks, so make sure to be subscribed to the channel. My name is Michael. Wishes for a fantastic day. Stay safe. See you soon.